So thank you everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Abiye Oyatoye, and my alias in the cyberspace is AB Cyber. So I'm working through a part of engineer Pentest module pathway in TryHackMe, and I will be going through the NetSec challenge, like I've displayed here. So the first initial thing to do is okay. Let me just take us through this. Okay, these are those who have, this is the scoreboard and the chatboard, those who have attempted this and have completed it. So this is my name here, AB Cyber, in case you want to check me out on TryHackMe. So the first thing to do in this lab is to start up your machine. I've already started up my machine. When you start your machine, you get your IP address of what you're going to be working with. That's your the IP address you'll be working with um, in this room. And then after that, I start up the virtual machine. The virtual machine is just like your Kali Linux, but this one is this one is online. I have my virtual machine here, but I'll be using the one provided by TryHackMe. I am a premium user, so I have access to this. So after all this has been said and done. So the next thing is to dive into answering this question one by one. So now, based on the instruction for the introduction, use this challenge to test your mastery of the skills you have acquired in the NetSec security module. All the question in this challenge can be solved using nmap. So one has to take note of this nmap, telnet. Telnet is one of those services that runs on port 23. So ideally, we can use it uh, to connect to other ports that communicate using clear text. So we have hydra used for brute forcing, and nmap for scanning network map. That's network mapper. So I can click on this. This is completed. So these are the main challenge. We said, okay, you can answer the following question using nmap telnet, just as what we've gotten from the introduction. Answer the questions below. Now, the first question is, what is the highest port number being open less than 10,000? So what I'm going to do is a using map to scan this IP given here and observe the ports that are open less than. Now, this comes with having the knowledge of analysis or something. They said, what is the highest port number being open less than 10,000? It means if I scanned range of is zero ports 0 to 10,000, what are the ports open? Then the highest port is going to be the most ports in number. The port number that is highest, that means the group that are open is what we are going to pick. So let me start off my terminal, and since I'm a root user here, but it's best practice is if you're not a root user and you don't have the privilege, you apply sudo, which is a super dual, to your nmap. So I am scanning for the port. One thing is here I can use aggressive scanning, which means I can increase the timing. So mostly in pen testing, mostly when you are doing catch the flag, you can always do that. If firewalls are not raised, or if they are not put in place, or IDS or IPS. So the first thing is I'm going to scan this. What is my IP? Okay, I do. That is 10 point. Okay, 10.100.65. That's what I want to scan. So I have to consider. I want to make it fast. So I can use T4. If you have been following my trend on LinkedIn, I talked. There's a particular post I did where we talk about this timing. It increases the speed. So because they said port number between that is less than 10,000, so I can specify the port by using hyphen p is to specify ports. Then I can use range like 1 to 10,000. So here I can run this. So, and this is the command sudo nmap, the IP address, the flag to make the scanning very fast, and I use my port range. Okay, so from ports between ports 1 to 10,000, we have all these ports opened. This is port 22 SSH, 80 HTTP, 130 just as stated here. So, and the highest is port 8080. So that should be the answer for this. Okay, we are correct. So let's move to the second question. The second question says, okay, there is an open port port outside the common port 1000. So if you are doing common port 1000, that is when you use your hef. Hef is top 100. Or normally, if you run your nmap without stating clearly, the default is to run the most important 1000 ports. So now let me go back to the question. There is an open port outside the common 1000 port. It's above 10,000. What is it? They said it's above 10,000. I can actually use the same structure I use here. They said it's above 10,000. So I can start my scanning from 10,000 above. So I can do this, then just add a 0 to this. And since I know that the total port we have in a system is 65535, so I can just state that, and it's going to be very fast, so we can run this and see that particular port they're talking about. So let's wait, I think in between 1 minute. So this is going to scan a number of ports that's almost 50,000 plus, and pretty sure within 1 minute it should be done. So let me read this third question. How many TCP ports? TCP simply means transmission control protocol. So it's one of those ways which data are being transferred from machine to machine using TCP supported ports. So transmission control protocol. So they said how many TCP ports are open? How many TCP ports are open? So what I'm really going to do later will be for this question. So for this question, it's just going to be to run everything. We are still waiting. Okay. Maybe I should pause and continue once this is done. Okay, what I actually did now is I stopped the scan because it's taking too long. So it's taking too long. So what they asked me to check is to look at the ports that is above 10,000. That is above 10,000. So what I can simply do is let me just increase what I did initially. Since that is very fast, I can reduce this. I can increase this to 12,000 to 12. So this is 12,000 ports. So let's do this. Whatever I get should suffice for this answer. So because we just need something, a port that's greater than 10,000. So I think the wait for this shouldn't be long. Okay, the last time we did this week, it took 12.50 seconds to do it. So this should be fast. At most 1 minute. Okay, we are done here. So merely looking at what we have here, the last one is the port above 10,000 and it's 10,021. So that should be our answer. 10,021. And again, we are correct. So majorly what I just did here is just to reduce the number of ports. And I could have just done it as 10, between 10 and 12. That would have been the same thing. Let me express that. We can do that here. Just use the range. Use the range. Let me open this fully. No, this is not okay. Let me take it up so for more visibility. So here I can do port 10,000 to 12,000 1 2 3, and this should be very fast and should give us our answer. This should be very fast. Okay, this is done, and the only port we have here is, so that's another way you can do it. So if we are done with that, we said how many ports are open. Actually, if we want to do how many ports are open, this is what we're supposed to do. The flag, okay, the only flag I'm going to add now is I'm going to have sudo nmap, the IP address I'm targeting, and I have the flag for how fast I want the scan to go, which is T4. I want it to be fast. By default, it's T3. So hyphen P hyphen means scan for everything, which is going to be the total port, which is 65,535. So, but I will not do that for this, simply because it's going to take a lot of time. And by counting, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Possibly this is the total number of ports that is open, because looking at the trend of the question. So let's try that and see if we are correct. Then I will tell you what to do. Okay, that's correct. So basically I can, if normally the standard way is to run this, but it's going to take a lot of time. I can just do this. I can scan just the way I scanned initially. I can just scan between these. I'll do from 1 to 12,000. From 1 to 10,000. And when it comes to test manipulation, that's something we do when we are doing test manipulation. So what I'm going to do is now, I'm going to say grep open, and I will give you the reason why. Open. So what grep does is goes into, after running this grep will run through the output, like as we have here. And I know I have ports, open ports. I can use open port to identify all the ports that are open or listed. So if I use this, you will see what the result will look like. It's just going to highlight just this out. So that's additional knowledge from what I got from Think Cyber. They did a wonderful job training us. It's been great experience so far. I love it so much. I'm almost done with my program. I will be seeking out for opportunities in the cyber work as a SOC analyst, tier 1. This is taking long. Let's wait and see. Okay, now look at it. Compare the result here, which is this result here, to what I have here. Let me scroll down here. So it only highlights just the port. So here I can easily just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you want to advance it a bit using test manipulation, I'll just add word count -L. So it will just give me the number direct. So if I should run this, what I should get is just this number 6. So while this is running, let's go to the next number. They said, what is the flag hidden in the HTTP server header? Okay, what is the flag hidden in the HTTP? HTTP is our www, which is a World Wide Web, what we use for browsing. So that particular port is responsible for hosting files over the internet, like the SAR file. Most of the time when we browse, this is the port we are using, but this is not secure. The secure one is HTTP, which is an hypertext transfer protocol. Secure, which is the secured one, and hypertext transfer protocol, which is the unsecure one. Okay, now look at what I'm saying. This is 6, which is the answer also. So here we can proceed. So first of all, they said HTTP. HTTP is this. Let's look through our, okay, the port is 80 from here. So I can easily just say call URL. Your URL is your call, your universal resource locator. Then I input the IP address. What's the IP address we've been dealing with? Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? Where's it? Okay, 10.100.65. So include 80 here. Let's see if this structure is going to work. Okay, it worked. So they said, what is the flag hidden in the HTTP server header? Okay, and remember they asked us to use telnet and nmap. So by calling this, do we have anything to show here? Okay, it's not here. Let's do call. Um, okay, that same number. Then let me come here to say HTTP. HTTP this and this, and let's remove this. So we got the same thing. So this is not showing enough. It's supposed to show us what we have with the server. So another technique or what I adopted was I'm going to call this again, then I'm going to access. You can use Control Shift C on Chrome. Control Shift C on Chrome. Okay, this is not working. Let's give this a try. Let's use telnet. So I'll do sudo okay, let me add sudo to what I did initially. If it's not working, I will try. So this is what it is all about, going through the challenges. Sudo. Here we do call this um 1.0.100.65. Then I give you the port. Give you the port number. So it did not give us what we want. So we can just use telnet. Here it says sudo telnet. This is the syntax for using telnet. Then I enter the IP and then I state the port. That's 65. And state the port. The port is 80. So what I did here is connect with telnet, then tap your enter twice. Then it's going to give you the content of the website. It is literally, this is taking you to the home page. That's what they have on the home page. Most all web services, all web content are served using um, HTML. So this is the HTML content of the website. But what this is the flag we are looking for, the server itself. So the server is light TPD. Then this is what we are looking for. So let me just type this in here. That's then TryHackMe. That's the flag I'm using for. So because I'm doing catch the flag, TryHackMe or this, and we have web underscore server underscore 25352. So that's the correct answer. So what is the flag hidden in the SSH server header? SSH server header. So SSH, what we do again is, what is the port for SSH? The port for SSH is 22. The port for SSH here is 22. So I come back here and I do the same telnet strategy. So the only thing I do is to change the port. So I use 22. So what is the flag hidden in SSH server header? So let's run this. Okay, this one is just even straightforward. You don't need to tap it twice before you get your result. This is the flag here. So that is what catch the flag is all about. Okay, THM. Okay, that's 9462, 9462, 62, 1958, 1958, 3, that's triple three and 9. And that should be our answer. We're correct also. So let's proceed to the next. We have an FTP server listening on a non-standard port. What is the version of the FTP server? So in case of this, what we do here is we apply our scan, then we ask the scan to give us the version, and the version is flag. The flag for the version is IV, I capital V. So I'm going to do sudo nmap. So the flag I am looking for is service provide. So can do V, capital V, the IP address. Uh, the IP address, that's 100, then 65. Then let's do fast. I want to even do, let's do um, very fast scan. And our ports, we know the port they are talking about, because majorly, even by just using deduction, we should know, because when we looked at all of our open ports, this has been given the first one, which is to SSH, HTTP, NetBIOS, Microsoft this, and the last one is the unknown. So we can actually just target this one, which is 121. That's 10,021. So we can just target that. So we can just include our flag to indicate that we are giving it an IP address to work with. So once I do this, press this. I think it's too fast. Let's give it a try. Let me remove, since I'm targeting a particular port. Let's remove this, and okay, let's run this and see. Still, I think my flag. So what I'm gonna do with the flag is to come here, add an S, which is the initial for. So I think the flag is SV, small letter S, then the V. So let's see what this gives us. Okay, look at it. Now we have a result. So this is the format that worked. This sudo nmap -sv. So sv. Okay, one thing again. Okay, when I'm done, there's a way you can always check for your help. You don't need to memorize everything. You don't need to put them in your head. So the port is 10,021 TCP open FTP, and that's what they're saying, FTP port. But this is just the standard port that runs FTP. Standard port that runs FTP is 21. So, and this is the version here, VSFTPD 3. Okay, so that's our answer, VSFTPD 3.0.3. So that's the answer. Now, another thing you can always do is whenever you need an help with whatever, let me clear this terminal. Let me clear this terminal. This is a bit slow. Okay, let me clear the terminal and refresh it. No. So let's do clear. This is a bit slow because I'm not running it on my system. Please, 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 please come up. Okay, now, so whenever you want to check for help with any command you're using, you can either do man. Man, this is not great. This is not good at all. It's too slow. Let me start the machine again. Let me start the virtual machine. Okay, the start the attack box again. It's too slow. I don't know if it is my network. I think it's my network. So I'm coming. So before the end, okay, it shouldn't take long. I wanted to pause the video initially, but let me just wait. 9%. Okay, let me pause it. Oh, sorry. Sorry for the interruption. I'm back now. So what I just did was to just restart the virtual machine. Okay. So let's just do the last two questions. So the last question we learned, okay, he said we learned two usernames using social engineering, Eddie and Queen. What is the flag hidden in one of these two account files and accessible via FTP? So that means we are going to be using FTP server. We're going to be using FTP server. And okay, first of all, we need to know, because if you're accessing this FTP server, it means it has been secured with password. So we have to know the password. First of all, we have we have a dictionary of password, which is word list that consists of huge number of each bank is an each bank of names, password, probably password that have been collated from bridges. So let's locate where this password is on my local machine here. So what I will do is locate RockU. It's very famous with hackers. They use it for dictionary attack. So I can run this, then see where the test file is. So okay, this is the test file. This is where it is. So for easy access, I could do this, copy, then create another file here. Cat. When I do cat is to reveal the content of this file. So let me copy this again. Copy. Okay. Now, this cat is to review just for context. Let me do a little bit of test manipulation. Just show head, hyphen for the numbers. Just show 10. I just wanted to show just for context to know that this list contains. So now, this is the first 10 value in that in this test. So let's look at the total number of names or password or list that has been compiled here. So here I can just do WC, which is what counts by lines. So it might take a while. Let's see. It's not supposed to take too long because I just want the total number. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's like 14,300,000. Okay, 14,344,391. These are the total list of different combination of names, password, probably that have been extracted from different bridges. So I'm now going to use this to brute force. So what I will do next is I want to cut it again. Now let's do cut. Then I want to save it. I want to cut it and save it into another test file that will be on the system. Let me just say AB. Let me just do rock you. Okay, rock you underscore copy. Let's wait. Copy dot tst. That's the extension. That's our test. Are we good? Okay, let's do this. Okay, now I can clear. With what I've done now, I should have this rock queue underscore copy on my present. Now, this is my working directory. If you want to check your working directory, use pwd. So this is my working directory. That's my root. So if I do list everything I have in this folder, in this directory, ls, ls. Okay, now if you look at this now, I have this here. So I can easily just now write my command now. So what I want to do now is I will use, this is where hydra comes in. I use hydra to brute force. I'll use hydra. So let me do sudo hydra, sudo hydra. Then the first thing is, if you are using this flag hyphen lower letter L, it means you are providing the username yourself. So let me do heady first. And remember, we are giving two username, we just don't know the passwords. So I'll go with heady. And so once I do heady, the next thing is to provide list. If you're providing a list that has all the possible password you want to use a dictionary, you want to use to brute force this particular username. So just use hyphen capital P, capital P. Then remember that I just copied all of those. So I can do rock you. What is this again? Wow, this thing is a bit slow. I have to wait. Man, ls. This thing is a bit slow. Some other time I'll be using my virtual machine. So I could do sudo hydra small letter L. I'm using Eddie as the username. Hyphen capital P, and I'm going to provide the rocku file that I just copied, rocku underscore copy tst. And the other thing we need to do is provide the IP address, which is 10.10.100.65. Then what is the service we are reporting is against? That service is FTP, right? Yeah, it's FTP. So FTP. Okay, let's FTP. Let's see if this will work. If this doesn't work, it's going to be because our FTP is not on the standard FTP port. So it should have started now. I just wanted to point this out. So if it's not starting, what we'll do here is look at the structure here. Yeah, this is a cheat code. Look at the structure here. This is the structure of what Hydra is brute forcing against. It's brute forcing against 21. And remember, here in this particular session, the 21, the FTP is not on 21, it's on 1000, it's on 10,021. So what we are going to do is, let me stop this. I'll stop this, then I'm going to rewrite this. So remove the FTP, then I'll just follow the same format that is here. So FTP hyphen slash slash, then that's a forward slash forward slash, and I come to the back here, give it this, then you give it 10,021, then forward slash. So they give us how to do it, and we just implemented that now. So let's see if this is going to work. Okay, it's working, and we already got a password, and this is the password. The password is Jordan. So we have to note this down, then we have to do the same thing for Queen. So I'm writing this down. Eddie is Jordan, and Queen, we are looking for the password now. So we're doing for Queen. So what we do now is just change the username. Let's change the username. Sorry, this machine is a bit slow. So I'm changing this to Coin, which is this here. So let's run this. Let's see what Queen has to hide as a password. The secret password, we have to reveal it. Wow, this is very slow. Man. This is so slow. Okay. Okay, we got it. For Queen is Andrea. So now that we've gotten the password, then we can now use telnet to check those servers. So here now I can do sudo telnet, then our IP, then our port is 100.21. So we run this. So for telnet, let's see if we use double enter if it's going to give us. If not, then I'm going to use I'm going to supply the password. I'm going to supply the username and the password. So it did not really give us anything. So let me do this. Use user Eddie. Okay, now it's asking for password. If you want to enter your password, you capital letter pass, then you supply the password. The password for Eddie, I'm pretty sure you remember, is Jordan. It's Jordan. So with this, we are in. Let's do this. LST. Lists. dir. Okay, let me do start. Probably start will give me details about the server. Okay, and this is not giving us what we want to see. So we're going to take another route. We're taking another route to do this now. So we're going to take another route. Since this is secure and it is not, so let me just do exit or quit. Okay, I think it's quit. So here we use FTP itself as a server. It could be used at 100 this 165. Then we indicate the port number, which is this. So now it's asking for the name and use it Eddie. Eddie. And the password is Jordan. So we are in here. Uh, we are in. So I can use my ls to check a list of what we have here. Consider using this. Print working directory. This is our working directory. Print list here. So it seems there's nothing here. There's nothing to be seen here. So let's exit this and try that of Queen. Exit. So let's do for Queen. Then Queen is on Andrea. So we are in. Let's use ls. Okay, and here we have file. So this is the file here. Here. So what we do now is just to open this file. Remember the other time we used cat to open file. So I can do cat ftp flag.txt. Okay, I can't open this file directly here, so I have to download it. So if you're downloading, you just use get ftp underscore flag.txt. So this will download the flag to my system. Then I can exit and just open it on my system. So it said transfer complete. Byte received in this particular second. So I can use my exit now to exit this terminal. Okay, clear. So I can do ls to check what I now have, to check my present direction and see the list of files and content I have there. So what I just downloaded is this flag here. So remember that it's still alongside with what I created at that time, rockq underscore copy.txt. So just cut this ftp underscore flag.txt. So here we are, and this is the flag we've been looking for that's been stressing us out. So we have thm curly brackets. So 3214, 3214, 5266, 5266, 70, 70, 98. So, and that is our file. That is our file. This is our file. So now the last part is browsing to this particular address, display a small challenge that will give you a flag. Once you solve it, what is the flag? So now I will just copy this and go to my browser here. So here I can just enter this HTT. Why is this doing this? HTTP 10 10 100 65. Then we have iPhone 80 in that column. So let's run this and see what we have here. So now the question, your mission is to use nmap to scan. That's the same IP address I've been working with this machine as covertly as possible and avoid being detected by the IP. Okay, since IDS evaluates the content of a packet, so I suggest, or I'm thinking I will use a scanning method that sends empty packets. So if the IDS is unable to access anything in my packet, then how is it going to detect that this packet is coming in? So let's give that. That's going to be a null scan. So I'm doing a null scan now. So now one of the question is because paying attention to question is one of the question itself, as covertly as possible, avoid being detected. So I'm going to reset this packet count, reset the packet count, then go back to my terminal here and run the scan sudo nmap. Then I use hyphen s, and this is for null scan. Then I provide the IP. I'll just use the default scan point 165. Then nothing more to be done here. So let's send this out and let's see if we are going to be detected or not. So we have not been detected, so that means we are still great. Oh, we were not detected and we were able to scan successfully. So let me check here. The scan should be done. The scan is not even done, and it's already telling me, guy, it's already saying you have not been detected and you have passed this. So let me just wait for what the output is going to be before. So this is the flag I'm looking for. So let me just go for the flag. As F7443 F999 F99 F99. So and the answer is correct. So and this brings us to the end of this challenge, NetSec challenge defeated. So let's go to summary. So summary, congratulations, this module we have learned about passive reconnaissance, active reconnaissance, nmap protocol and services, and attacking login with hydra. So this brings us to the end of this challenge. Thank you for staying to the end. Thank you so much. Like and subscribe to my channel, because hopefully I'm going to be putting this on my YouTube. I'm starting my YouTube channel, and let me use this time to introduce my YouTube channel. It's going to be based on data science and cyber security, because I see a link in both of them. So because the idea of being an analyst and a an analyst or data scientist can be applied in cyber security. Thank you very much, and the knowledge of Python too is great. Thank you very much.